ரமேஷ் பாய் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாங்களா?
ஒரு நிமிஷம், சிஸ்டர் வராங்க, ஒரே நிமிஷம்.
ஓகே.
சாந்தி சண்முக வந்துட்டாங்க சிஸ்டர். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா சண்முக?
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாம்.
ஓம் சாந்தி. ஓம் சாந்தி.
ஓம் சாந்தி சிஸ்டர் சொல்லுங்க.
இனிமையான மாலை பொழுதில் இன்னைக்கு நம் அனைவருக்குமே ஒரு சந்தோஷமான நாளா இருக்கு. ஸ்கூல் டீச்சர்ஸ்க்காக நம்முடைய மதிப்பிற்கும் மரியாதைக்கும் உரிய பிரகாஷ் பாய் அவர்கள் செல்ஃப் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் லீடர்ஷிப் இந்த எஜுகேஷன்ல எப்படியெல்லாம் நம்ம மேனேஜ் பண்ணணுங்கிறத பத்தி நமக்கு கிளாஸ் எடுக்க வந்திருக்காங்க எல்லா டீச்சர்ஸ்க்காக. அதனால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மதிப்பிற்கும் மரியாதைக்கும் உரிய நம்முடைய பிரகாஷ் பாய் அவர்களை நீலகிரி டிஸ்ட்ரிக்ட் பொறுப்பு சகோதரியின் சார்பாகவும் அனைத்து நீலகிரியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தெய்வீக குடும்பத்தின் சார்பாகவும் வருக வருகன்னு பிரகாஷ் பாய் அவர்களை வரவேற்கிறேன். அதே நேரத்துல யாரெல்லாம் இந்த இணையதளத்தில் இணைந்திருக்காங்களோ அனைத்து டீச்சர்ஸ் சகோதர சகோதரிகள் தங்களுடைய பொன்னான நேரத்தை இந்த மாலை பொழுதில் இணையதளத்தில் இணைந்திருக்கீங்க. இதனுடைய முழுமையான லாபத்தை எடுப்பதற்காக நீங்கள் அனைவருமே இணைந்திருக்கீங்க. ஆகையினால அத்தகைய அனைத்து சகோதர சகோதரிகள் டீச்சர்ஸ் பிரதர்ஸ் அண்ட் சிஸ்டர்ஸ்க்கு பிரஜாபிதா பிரம்மகுமாரிகள் ஈஸ்வரிய விஸ்வவித்யாலயத்தின் சார்பாகவும் நீலகிரி டிஸ்ட்ரிக்டினுடைய பொறுப்பு சகோதரி ராஜேஸ்வரி சகோதரி அவர்களின் சார்பாகவும் என் சார்பாகவும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வருக வருகன்னு மனமாற வரவேற்கிறேன். நீங்க இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை கண்டு நல்ல விதமாக அதை பயன்பெறுமாறு என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்களை தெரிவிக்கிறேன். ஓம் சாந்தி.
ஓம் சாந்தி.
பிரகாஷ் பாய் ஒரு மினிட், சண்முக பாய் உங்களை இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணுவாரு.
ஓகே.
Om Shanti. Respected all teachers, community, brothers and sisters, you're all most welcome. And yes, today's program, it is a special program arranged for the teachers community. And our brother Prakash Bhai is an MBA degree holder and is also a MSc in psycho neurobics and is an international assessor also. He is a adjunct professor of SP Jain School of Global Management. And also he has been a practitioner of meditation for last 20 years, more than 20 years, and he has delivered a lot of lectures on self-help across the globe. Today, we are all very lucky to hear from our Prakash ji that on the topic of self-managing leadership in education. So with all happiness and with all your permission, I invite our Raja Yogi Brahmakumar Sri Prakash ji to deliver the talk on this subject. Prakash ji, welcome.
Thank you.
One more thing. யாருக்காவது இங்கிலீஷ் ஃபுல்லாக புரியாது, தமிழ் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் வேணும் அப்படின்னா நீங்கள் அந்த மொபைலில் நீங்கள் ஜூமில் ஜாயின் பண்ணியிருக்கும்போது அங்கே மோர்ன்ற ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் இருக்கும். அந்த மோர் கிளிக் பண்ணிங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு லாங்குவேஜ் இன்டர்பிரிட்டேஷன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஆப்ஷன் கிடைக்கும். அந்த லாங்குவேஜ் இன்டர்பிரிட்டேஷன் நீங்கள் தமிழில் வந்து செலக்ட் பண்ணலாம். உங்களுக்கு இங்கிலீஷ் புரியலைன்னா நீங்கள் அங்கே அந்த ஆப்ஷன் செலக்ட் பண்ணால் அங்கே வந்து தமிழ் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் கூட பேரலில் இருக்கும். Prakash bhai.
Good afternoon, everybody. And Om Shanti, greetings of peace. Very, very happy and privileged today, especially, to be given this opportunity to speak in front of the greatest people in the world, teachers. I always believe that the greatest and most noble profession is of teaching. If it was not for teachers, we will have no engineers, no doctors, no professionals in the world. Teachers are the one who give the foundation to every individual to become who they are. And so for me, I've considered that as the most noblest of all professions. And so I feel so happy to be in front of the teachers today in sharing a few ideas around self-managing leadership, especially in education. So let's look at the word leadership first. What is leadership and how is it important? In simple terms, leadership is the ability to influence others. I want something to be done today, and I would like somebody else to do it. If I can influence them, convince them, motivate them, inspire them to do it, then I'm a good leader. And so if I am able to influence other people, I'm doing what a leader should do. And leadership has nothing to do with titles. I might be a manager or I may not be a manager. I could be managing director, CEO, or maybe I might not have any title. I might be a normal executive. But if I can exercise influence on other people, and if I can get my job done through other people, then I'm a good leader. So titles are not required in leadership. What else do leaders do very well? Leaders are usually always outside their comfort zone. They are not boxed in a small space, just doing sufficient little work. No, leaders normally, if you see, like to stretch themselves so that they can use their full capability, so that they can use their full potential. They work smart, they work hard. You will never see a leader who says, well, why to work hard? What is there eventually? We are all going to be anyway, having to just eat 2 square meals. Let's just eat and be merry. No. A leader has an aim which is very high and always wanting to achieve that aim constantly. If the aim is achieved, another higher aim, bigger aim, but constantly wanting to move forward, move ahead, stretch themselves. So it has nothing to do with the title. I'm a leader only if I'm principal. A headmaster is a leader. Other teachers are not leaders. No. In fact, in education, in the space of education, I feel every teacher is a very, very strong leader for the children. Because if you ask a child what they want to become in life, first they'll say, I want to be like my mother, like my father. But as they start getting more and more watching the teachers, they start wanting to be like the teacher. Even if they don't want to become a teacher, they may not all want to be teachers. But they will see how the teacher is behaving and they like to be like the teacher. And because children have huge respect for teachers, very big respect is there. They always look up to the teachers because they're learning from the teacher. The teacher is their guru, removing darkness from life. So they are always having, even if they don't realize it, but deep inside, every student is inspired by the teachers. And whether they like it or not, whatever the teacher is doing when behaving, automatically the student is also following. So a teacher is a very, very powerful leader. Now, let me tell you, if you're a good leader, if you're able to exercise influence on other people, if you're able to stretch your full potential, if you're able to get others to do things, inspire other people, your entire life will be very good. You will be effective not only in your workplace as a teacher, but you'll be effective even at home. Leadership qualities are not just for one area of life, but if you have good leadership qualities in one area, automatically you are a great person in other areas of life also. For example, a great leader is a person who has integrity. So if you want to be a fantastic leader, you must have a lot of integrity and truthfulness. And so imagine if you have the same integrity at home, with your neighbors, in your city, in the club you go to, maybe in a social environment. Your integrity is recognized and everybody starts appreciating you for that integrity. So you're good not just at work or in the school or in the college or university, but if you're a good leader there, you're a good leader everywhere and you're doing a very good job everywhere. A great leader negotiates very nicely. And so you're able to negotiate with other people very interestingly. A great leader is able to solve problems. So you'll be a good person who solves problems at work, you can solve problems at home and in society. So if you're a good leader, you're a good person overall. Leadership, they say, is your lid. If you are out of 0 to 10 on a scale from 0 to 10, if your leadership capability is 6 out of 10, then in all other areas of life, you will be less than 6. If your leadership capable is 9 out of 10, then in every other area of your life, you will be almost 9, but you will not be less than say 5 or 4, because your leadership is high, your effectiveness in all areas is very high. So that is why it's very important to be a great leader. If you're a great leader, you are great in all aspects of your life. But what is the trick? What is the way to be a good leader? How can I be a fantastic leader? The first aspect before leading others is to be able to lead yourself. Self-managing leadership. Before I try to make this student the best student in the world, I must make myself the best teacher in the world. Best teachers automatically produce best students. But if I'm an average teacher, I will produce average students. If I can't lead properly, if I'm not a great leader of my own self, I cannot be a great leader of other people. So the first place to start before I try to lead others, and it's good to try and make others the best. We want to make the students number one in everything. First, start from yourself. Self-managing leadership in education means starting from the self. So I have to be a great self-leader before leading other people. Now, if I have to be a self-leader, what are my requirements? What are my requirements? What should I do? How should I be if I have to be a good self-leader? I want you to just think about it before I share with you anything else. There are so many things that we got to do in order to be a great leader of the self. It basically means two very important things. Understand yourself. And secondly, know your purpose. Why are you here? What is the reason for your existence in this world? So understand yourself, and that is very important. Why is it important to understand yourself? Because if whatever you understand about yourself, that is the way you will behave. That is the way you will act. So if, for example, it's a very crude example, but it's very important to know this example. If everybody looks at me and says, you're a thief, you're a thief, you're a thief, I start thinking of myself, oh, I am a thief. Now, if I want to go and get food, because I'm a thief, what will I do? I want to go and rob because I'm a thief. And so you can constantly keep telling me something, and psychologically, I start believing who I am and I start behaving like that. If you say I'm an engineer, every time I'm thinking about only buildings, I'm thinking about architecture, I'm thinking about making things stand up, people living in those places, if I'm a civil engineer, that is. So whatever I believe of myself and understand who I am, that is how I'm going to think, speak, do. If you ask a hungry man, he feels I'm a hungry person. You ask, how much is 2 plus 2? He'll say 2 plus 2 is 4 chapatis or 4 rotis. In order for us to be able to lead ourselves, to get the best in my life, I must understand myself in the real way. We all understand ourselves. My age, my gender, religion, my nationality, my maybe caste, creed, color. I do understand that. But that's not the understanding that a true leader has of the self. A leader truly knows himself or herself as they are. Not external factors, but internally, who am I? Very important question to answer. Any leader who has been able to master this one question is free from ego. What is ego? Ego is false identity of the self. I think I'm something which I am not. I might have a title. I am this particular, let's say, in charge of this particular thing. That is a title. That is just my function, my role. I am in charge and responsible for A, B, C, D, E. That's my role. But if I think I am in charge of this thing, ego. And then what happens is tomorrow when somebody makes any other person in charge, I don't have, next year I'm not in charge. Another teacher becomes in charge. What happens to me? I get hurt. Ego gets deflated. And then I'm not very happy. I'm not cooperating with those other teachers now. So having the false identity of yourself will create ego. True understanding of the self will have humility and happiness, progress, cooperation. Everything will start in a positive way when you know yourself properly. The second requirement of a leader who is a self-leader is to know, why am I here? Big question mark. Why am I here? What is my purpose? Why was I created? To eat, to drink, to earn a living, to go every day to work, come back. I have taken care of my living. I have to now take responsibility of my family, my members. They have to take care of their education. They have to take care of their food. They have to take care of this, the clothing, shelter. Is that my purpose of life? So it's important for you to know, because when I understand my purpose, then you will see my energy is very different energy. If my purpose is to work, earn a living, and just take care of responsibilities, I'm always taking from other people. I always want. Wherever I go, I'm only thinking of how can I benefit? How can I gain? How can I receive? How can I get? Always thinking of getting. That is my purpose. My purpose is to take care of myself and my people around me. So I'm always taking. Only looking after my family. So I'm only taking care of my family. But I have a higher purpose. My purpose is that the family is not just 4 people. Everybody is my family. We're all connected. We may have different houses, different names, different backgrounds, but we are all connected as a family. My purpose is to look after my family. My purpose is to see how my family is happy and peaceful. Now, see, the thinking is very different. My behavior is very different. My actions are very different because I have understood a higher, bigger purpose. Leaders who are real self-managing leaders understand purpose. Otherwise, if you don't understand purpose like this, then we will start getting into big scams, millions of dollars of scams. Why? Because I don't know my purpose. I'm just trying to think everything is for me. I want to build the biggest house for myself, biggest car. I want to just travel. So that's my purpose. And so what am I going to do? I have to go and do some cheating. I have to lie. I have to do frauds. I have to do scams. All of that happens. Many leaders are doing that today. Many leaders. They're earning millions of dollars, billions of rupees. They're earning a lot, and all for themselves. And then one day getting caught, and then everything finishes. If they don't get caught, how long? How long will they continue? The reason for that, biggest reason is they don't know their purpose. Purpose is important. So now let us ask a simple question. When I say understand the self, and I have to lead myself. When you lead yourself, self-leadership, there are 3 aspects we have to keep in mind. My thoughts, Yenangal, right? My words, Sorgal, my actions, Sayalgal. I have to take care of these three things. As a teacher, when I go to school, what am I thinking? Am I going for a job? Am I just going there to earn a salary? What is the thought process? So when you manage yourself, you have to have good thoughts. Imagine you go to the classroom thinking, oh, this classroom, all terrible students, useless students. These students are very naughty. These students are hooligans. And then if you enter the classroom with such thoughts, how will you speak to them? How will you behave? How will you respond when they say something? Because you're carrying thoughts which is negative about the students. And if I think about somebody negatively, they will behave negatively. But if I think of them positively, and I go with this thought that I am a teacher, and whoever is in front of me as a student, my duty is to be who I am, to be at my highest stage, to be a royal teacher. And that's how I will be. I will not lose myself because of others' behavior. I'm going to be strong. And I'm going to try and help every student there. They're all different, but I'm going to see how I can help. So my thoughts, I am the leader of my thoughts first. So what are my thoughts? Peaceful, powerful thoughts. Second, if I have to take care of myself, I have to take care of my words. What type of words should I speak? Words that are empowering and encouraging the student. Words that are positive. Words that give hope. So that even if the student is not performing well today, my words will give them hope so that they go and
கால் நடக்க முடியல இரவே முக்கிய பாருங்க அது என்ன இருக்குன்னு
So words must be very, very positive, hopeful, powerful, encouraging. That's how I should be able to. There is a beautiful saying, of words spoken, you are the slave. Of words spoken, you're the slave. Of unspoken words, you are the master. Now, we are all call ourselves masters, right? We are master or we are miss. As a teacher, I'm a must. You can call me Mr. or Master or Mrs. or Miss. So if I'm a teacher, I must be a master. Master of what? Master of my words. Before I speak, I must consider, contemplate. Then I speak. Once I speak, I cannot take my words back and say, sorry, give me the words back. I did not mean to say that. Today I go and tell something wrong to the student. Tomorrow the student feels very bad and he comes back. He's already disappointed. You go tell him, I did not mean to say that. You already said it one time. It's enough. I remember I was in school. I was in standard 8th standard. And I had not done my homework once. It was English. I still remember, and I know the teacher also. English. I had not done my homework. I actually completely forgot about it. Came to class and I was only one of the few students. Everybody finished the homework. Maybe one or two students didn't do homework. So I was one standing there and I didn't do my homework. So the teacher saw me and said, well, I was told that you have a very high IQ, but I doubt it. It's not possible. Now, those words I still carry after so 40 years. Well, it doesn't hurt me anymore. I don't feel about it. But I carry this as an example of how a teacher can make you feel bad. That time I felt very bad because in standard 8, if you say, oh, you have a useless IQ. I don't know how you got a high IQ. People say you have a high IQ, but you're a useless student because you didn't do your homework. Now, she said that word and She finished and she went away. But those words are very important. Those words can make a person go up, or those words can make a person go down. So as teachers, we should be very careful what we say. Any leader must be careful about their words. Their words should always be encouraging. And last is actions. What should my actions be like? What are the actions of a leader, a true self-leader? In every action, they have got virtues and values hidden. So if I want the students to be punctual, I want them to be on time every time. If I say class starts at 9 o'clock, they should be at 8:59 in the class. If I give them some assignment, they must complete the assignment and bring it back on time. How can I do that? I must become punctual first. When I am punctual, when anybody comes and gives me some things to correct, if I must do the corrections on time and I must give it back on time, then I can expect the students to be on time. If I am delaying every time, I'm coming late to school myself, I come late to the class, maybe once in a week I come late, whenever. But when I start coming late, students are watching me. When I don't give them answers on time, then they will also say, okay, you said you'll tell us this tomorrow, but tomorrow you didn't tell us this. You said that we will cover this portion after 1 week, you have not covered it. So I have to be punctual if I want students to be punctual. I have to have patience if I have to have students to have patience. I must be sweet and polite if I want students to be sweet and polite. I must be hardworking if I want my students to also be hardworking. So very important, everything that I do, students are going to watch and behave. They will not do what I say, they will do what I do. And that's a very important part. So a teacher is the real leader. And therefore that leader must take care of every action. And the action should have those qualities of sincerity, punctuality, loyalty and royalty, all of those things. If I have that space inside, people watch me and they automatically follow me. They imitate. Students love to imitate their teachers. If the teacher is having a certain color, they like that color, they will also like to wear the same color. Why? Because my teacher likes this color, so I also like this color. If they find that the teacher is very happy and cheerful, students also become happy and cheerful. And so it's very important in your class, if you want to teach students, do you want them to be sad or happy? When do you learn better, when you're happy or sad? If you're afraid inside, if there's fear, anxiety, stress, it's very difficult for you to study properly. But if you're having freedom, but if you're inspired, you are motivated positively, then you can learn much, much better than if you're stressed and anxious. So if a teacher is stressed and anxious and afraid, then they will automatically pass that same thing to the students. Students also become stressed. Students also become afraid. Students also have the same feelings. So for a student to be great, the teacher should be able to manage herself first, lead her thoughts, have beautiful, good thoughts for the students, speak words that are encouraging, and have good virtues in your actions. You must behave the same way that you want the students to behave. Otherwise, it's difficult. I had a person who was a trainer, and I looked at her like a teacher, and she was going to teach our students stress management. And so she was going to give us one full day training on stress management. And she came to the office before she could give that training, and I was standing with her. Suddenly she said, can we stand outside the office? I said, what happened? She said, no, just come outside. I went outside. She said, she took out a cigarette. And I was surprised. I said, why do you're smoking? I'm surprised you smoke. She says, no, I don't smoke, Only sometimes when I'm a little stressed, I smoke. I said, you are stressed, you smoke, and you're going to teach people stress management. Doesn't work, you know. So if I want to teach somebody, remember, I must be whatever I want to give. I cannot teach without being that person. So my actions are very important. Look after my actions very well. So now let me ask you a question about leaders. Okay, yes. How do I become this? How do I have the right thoughts, right words, right actions? Pause. I must learn the technique of pause. Pause means what? Simply stop. Nillinga. Wait. Hold on. Pause where? Inside, mind. Stop. You must learn to stop because it is easy to get influenced by the external environment. It is easy to lose your own self. Morning, you'll get up, you'll say, I'm feeling very nice. I want to be good to my students. I'm going to make my students really very, very high. I'm going to make them more punctual. I'm going to make them very accurate. They're going to be hardworking. You have all beautiful thoughts in the morning. But as you come to the class, first period, second period, third period, fourth period, you start getting more and more, what is happening? Very difficult. And then you start really getting frustrated, irritated, stressed, and anxious. What we have to learn is take regular pause to bring the energy level back up, to feel good again. Pause is very important. If I can pause and I can check what is happening inside, and then I change, go back and stop and say, yes, I can do it now. Go on. We have breaks, right? In school also, we have, after 2 periods, we have a break, and then we have lunch break, and then we have break. Why do we have breaks? Why don't you have simple, all classes, one next, no need breaks? Why? Because we don't have a break, the energy goes down very fast. So for the mind, what is the break you have for the mind? You're going for the coffee break, but the mind is still running. It's still thinking too much. You must give a break here first. Coffee break is for the body, physical body. You need a break. Pause is for the mental break. How do you do a pause? I'll just show you very quickly a simple way of doing a pause. Simply sit down right now. We can all just sit down, be comfortable. Let's learn to do the pause. Just be comfortable. Take deep 3 breaths inside and outside. Allow the body to relax. Continue breathing normally and let the body completely relax. Now relax the mind by simply accepting everything as they are. Lights, sound, noise, people, whoever is around you. Don't judge, don't analyze, nothing. Just accept everything. Go with the flow. Relax the mind. No questions, nothing. Now I want you to imagine you are standing on a railway platform. Railway platform. On the left side and the right side, you are seeing trains coming and going. One train comes, goes, other train comes, goes. You're standing and simply watching the train. Completely detached. Similarly, I want you to now stand and watch your thoughts. You are just watching your thoughts like you're watching the trains. One thought is coming and going. That thought is coming and going. You are not touching any thought. You are not questioning. You're just watching your thoughts come and go. You're standing in the platform of your mind, watching your thoughts. coming, going, coming, going. And you are just enjoying, very relaxed. You're very peaceful, observing thoughts only. It's a very beautiful role to play, the observer. You're not the actor, you're not the director, you're just the observer. Like you're sitting and watching a movie, just observer. Like that, you're watching your thoughts, just observer. Now, once you have done that, now you can now focus the mind on what you want to do. Okay, I have the session going on self-managing leadership and education. Let me focus here. What was he saying right now? Okay. So what happened now? Suddenly the energy is now refreshed. When you take a pause, you just sit back and watch your thoughts. Don't do anything, accept everything. You are giving yourself a pause. Pause does not mean you stop thinking. Pause means you're watching everything happening around you. You're not getting caught in your thoughts. So learn to take a pause, then you can change your mind and make it positive. Your words can be more wonderful and powerful. Your actions will be more virtuous. Pause. Today, if you go back with one lesson, at least one lesson, that is pause. Pause. Stephen R. Covey wrote this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. One of the best-selling books in the world. In that he said SPR, stimulus, pause, response. If you don't have pause, stimulus, reaction. You react. Somebody comes and says something happens in class, you scream and shout, you lose your mood, you lose your values, everything. But if you learn how to pause, they may be shouting, stimulus, pause. Okay, in the mind, watch everything. The mind, okay, the mind, I can see some thoughts coming, which is not good. Watch it. And then respond. Okay, at this time, what do I do best? Respond. SPR. So pause is very, very important for a leader who's a self-managing leader, particularly in education. Now, I want you to take 2 minutes and think about the qualities of a leader that you like, right? It could be somebody from politics. It could be somebody from religion leader. It could be a business leader. It could be a leader who is in education. Think about a leader that you like, right? Just take 1 minute, please. Okay, everybody thought of a leader. Now I want you to think about 3 qualities of that leader. 3 qualities of the leader you like. 3 positive, life-affirming qualities of that leader that you just thought about. 3 qualities. Just think about 3 qualities. So some of you might think of anybody, but just think of 3 good qualities of that leader. And once you have those qualities ready, I want you to type the qualities in the chat box. So I thought about a great leader, and this was 3 qualities that I have learned from this leader. At least I have seen these 3 qualities in that leader: wisdom, courage, and truth. This leader that I thought about has got these 3 qualities. So I want you to type your leader's 3 qualities inside. You don't need to tell me who your leader is, but just what 3 qualities did you see in your leader? Can you please type that out? In the chat box. Take your time, no problem. Type 3 qualities. Okay, punctuality, on time, and positive thoughts. Very nice. Fantastic, very good. Very nice. What else? So Hari Vishwanath is typing on the screen itself, which is very nice. So there's a chat box, Hari. You can type it in the chat box. Type it in the chat box. In the chat box, type to us, what are the 3 qualities you see in the leader? Okay, so even if you don't type it out, it's okay. Keep those 3 qualities in your mind. Waking up very early in the morning, very nice. So when you have these qualities in the mind, it means that you have these qualities in your life also. Whenever you see somebody's qualities and you like those qualities, remember, you have that quality in you. So say Hari has got perfection, punctuality, honesty. That means Hari has got these qualities in him. He's a perfect person. He always wants perfection. He wants punctuality and he wants honesty because he himself is very honest. And so is Mr. Shanmugam and Sister B.K. Jaya. Convincing, performing, and encouraging. So whatever qualities you're seeing and you like in your leader, the good news, is that those qualities are in you as well. So it's important as a self-managing leader to know your qualities. You must know your qualities, your true qualities. Because if you know your qualities, you can use them in a nice fashion and you can make sure that those qualities are growing. Because when you use, they grow. If you don't use, you lose. So you should use it more. You must start applying those qualities more. So when I say understand yourself, here is what I really mean. Once you know your qualities, when I say you should have good awareness of yourself as a great leader, who am I? I am truthful, wise, courageous, peaceful, happy. I am a person who likes accuracy, punctuality, waking up early, which means activeness. I want people to be active and alert because I am. So who am I really? If you see, every human being has got these qualities. Everybody, there's not a single person in the world who doesn't have these qualities. Everyone has these good qualities. Some have more, some have less, but we all have these qualities. So who am I? Remember, I'm this person with all these qualities. 2, I'm an eternal being. What does that mean? Never created, never will I be destroyed. Why is it important to know this? A self-leader knows that he is eternal or she is eternal, which means that they will not just work for one lifetime. They know that whatever I'm doing today is not just for one birth, but I'm eternal soul. And so I must be very careful. I have to think about the starting now and also the later on. What is going to happen for whatever I'm doing right now? So everything I do, somebody said, you came empty-handed, you will go empty-handed. Have you heard that? I came without anything, I will go without anything. That's wrong. You have come full and you will go full. You have come full, you will go full. You came into the family, you have brought your own fortune with you. Whatever you have done before, you have done that fruits. You have been able to come into the family where you are. You received love and respect from your mother, father, your friends. You come with your hands full. And when you leave, you have done so much in this life, so many things you have done. And you have created good karmas for yourself. You created some very nice actions. As a teacher, you have made the future of so many people, so many blessings you have received. You are not going empty-handed. You're going full, 100% full. So remember, keep this in mind, that you're not just thinking about one. You're an eternal being Everything you're doing here will decide the future, not just now, till your lifetime, but even after that. So keep doing great things. Even if you don't get appreciated now, whatever you do, you are going to carry with you for the future. It will never be wasted. So keep doing great things. If people here don't recognize you, they don't pay you well enough, whatever, remember you're doing the greatest act. You're getting the greatest of blessings. And that's what you carry with you forward. And we are a form of light. What is my form? This is my body. You can see this picture of the physical body, but I am the soul. I am a point of light. You can call me Atma. You can call me soul, Ru, spirit, anything. But I am that person. Self-managing leadership, understanding who I am, because then my actions are very different. Then I'm doing something beautiful for the world outside. So now the next question is, what is my purpose? What is my purpose? Why am I here? For that, I'd like you to think about this beautiful nature in front of you. There's the sun, the trees, the lake, the pond, the river, the mountains. What is the purpose of everybody? What is the purpose of the sun? To give light, to remove darkness. What's the purpose of the tree? To give shade, to give fruits, to be able to give oxygen. What is the purpose of this river? To quench your thirst, to make you feel more cool and calm. What's the purpose of the mountains? To bring rainfall, to protect from maybe a few things which can be very difficult. So everything in nature, what is the purpose? Is to give, give, give. Nobody is there to only take. No. And even if they take very little, just enough for their sustenance. How much does the tree take? The tree will probably just take a little bit of water which comes from the rainfall. It does not hold it and store and say, oh, I better keep more rain, otherwise water, because tomorrow I don't know if rain will come or not. So only little they are taking for themselves, for their sustenance, but they're giving and giving and giving. And they're happy giving. They're giving happiness. Everyone gives happiness to everybody. All these things in nature gives happiness. So what is your purpose? Remember, your purpose is to give. What will you give? That is something you have to find out for yourself. Because every one of us have something special, something unique, something very magnificent. All of us have some qualities which is very different for everybody. So we've got to start understanding that I am here to give. And a self-managing leader is not leading because he wants to take or she wants to get, but they are leaders because they know we want to give, we want to develop, we want to build. And so exactly why we are here is to give. Remember, don't see who you're giving. The tree will not see who it's giving to. The sun does not see, oh, I'll give you because you're good. I'll not give you because you're bad. I'll give you because you're from this country. I'll not give you because you're from that. They will give to everybody. Please, whoever wants to receive from me, please receive. There's no partiality. And I believe as self-managing leaders, as teachers in education, we must give without any conditions. That's the leader. With that, I'd like to come to an end and thank you for all those beautiful opportunities you've given. And if anybody has a question, I'll be ready to take them. What we covered is leadership is important. Be a great leader, because if you're a good leader, you're good in every aspect of your life. You're good at home, you're good in your society. And you need to have first lead yourself before leading others. You need to have self-awareness and your purpose. Self-awareness, know your qualities, understand you're eternal. I am a soul in the body. So keep doing beautiful things. Remember, you'll get it. You're not just doing for one birth, but for your whole life, which is eternal. And your purpose is to give. Be a great giver. And so if we take care of this, we will be the best teachers in the world and we will create the best students. Any questions, please? If there are no questions, then we can take a few moments of silence and meditation, and then we can have a small announcement after that. Is that okay? All right, so let's sit back, be easy. As a self leader, I take care of my thoughts and I keep them peaceful and positive. I am in charge of my thinking. I will speak only after considering the effect and impact of my words on others. I will choose my words wisely, and in every action of mine, I will demonstrate my values. I will not demand anything from anybody without demonstrating myself. I will first be, then I will tell. I will first do, then I will instruct. Because who am I? I am a soul. I am a teacher later on. First, I'm a soul, eternal, pure. A being of energy, a living being that is eternal. And I'm connected with everybody else in the same way. All are souls. We are all one family. Some may be in small bodies, some may be in big bodies, some may be in male bodies, some may be in female bodies, but they are all my family members, all equal to me. Nobody is bigger, nobody is smaller. We are all the same. They may be students today, I may be a teacher, but we are souls. And I'll give them all the respect because they are souls. They're individuals just like me. And my purpose, the reason for my existence, is not just to take care of myself, is not just to receive appreciation, is not just to receive awards. That will take me in a space of ego. But I'm a soul, eternal, and my purpose is to express my true values to everybody else. My true purpose is to give my qualities, to give my specialities, to give my time to others. Like everything in nature, I too am from nature. And I'm here to give. And I know that when I give, in the giving, I enjoy. In the giving, I experience. In the giving, I gain. And so I'll keep this in my mind every morning. I will wake up. I will remind myself of who I am. What is my purpose? I'll take pauses every moment whenever I can so that my energy is always high and positive. And every night I will check how well I did. Om Shanti. Greetings of peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Prakash Bhai, for the lovely session. And we all really enjoyed it. And it was so powerful, yet very simple. And we will try to practice that and bring it into our life. And thanks everyone for joining today evening in the session. And tomorrow again from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. In the morning, we have a session on preparation for the new year. And if you're interested, we would request you to join that as well. Thanks everyone for joining once again.
அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. நாளைக்கு 11:30 மணிக்கு புதிய வருடத்தை பற்றி அதற்கான முறைகளை பற்றி நாம் பேசுவோம். அதுக்காக யார் விருப்பமுள்ளவர்கள் சேர்ந்து கொள்ளலாம்.